For question 11, we're going to expand our binomial expansion, and from this it is given that equals to this expansion. So we have to find out what is our a and what is our n. So notice that this binomial expansion, it is power to n and it is 1. Here is the things we want to expand here. So we are using type 2 formula in order to expand, and we can find out what is the a value and n value by the given answer here. So first of all, 1 plus ax power n, it will equal to 1 plus, where the power is n, the things you want to expand is ax. Then continue. n minus 1, n minus 2, and then 3 factorial ax power 3. So from here we can simplify it, where this will be nax plus 2 factorial will equals to 2. So a square x square, and the fourth term here n minus 1 minus 2, 3 factorial, which is equals to 6. A cube x cube. So now we can compare. So this is our answer, where 1 is equals to 1 here. And then for this coefficient of x, it is equals to nax. So coefficient here is 1. So means that we can find out the first information, na is equals to 1. Then for x squared, the coefficient is negative 1 over 2, means for x squared here, the coefficient here is equals to negative 1 over 2. So what can we do here? We will do simultaneous equation, where I will let a equals to 1 over n to substitute inside here. So this is our first equation. I will substitute 1 into 2. Then this a will become 1 over n squared. We are going to simplify this fraction. After I square, it will become n times n minus 1. 2 over n squared equals to negative 1 over 2. Then we can cross multiply it and simplify. We will get n minus 1 equals to negative n squared. Because 2 we can simplify. From here 2 can be simplified. When we move 2 to the right hand side, 2 is dividing, becomes 1. So now we get to a quadratic here. So we rearrange our quadratic, n squared plus n squared, then minus n equals to 0. So 2n squared minus n equals to 0, and 2 minus 1, 2n minus 1. So n equals to 0, another one, n is equals to 1 over 2. So n is power. So this n equals to 0 will be rejected, because when we power 0, we'll get 1. We won't have any expansion here. So when we get n equals to 1 over 2, we will substitute back into 1, the first equation, in order to find out what is our a. So our a will equals to 2. So from here, what is important concept, we have to alert that the first one is how we compare to get the coefficient, to find out the coefficient of the term. So this is one term, this is another information. And then we're doing the simultaneous equation here. We're going to substitute our a equals to 1 over n in order to solve our n. So this is the method by factorization. We can find out what is our n value. Then lastly, we substitute back to the first equation to get a value. Then we are going to move on for p. find the value of p. So the value of p here is the coefficient of x cubed. So you can see here the value of p is the coefficient of x cubed. So this is equals to x cubed. So p is equals to n minus 1, n minus 2 over 6 times a cubed. So we will substitute our value where n is 1 over 2. And a is 2. So from here we can get our p value is 1 over 2. So after we finding our p value, we are going to substitute. Follow the questions here. We are going to substitute x equals to 1 over 4 into our expansion. So into our expansion here, in order to show that this square root of 3 over 2 can be approximate equal to 157 over 128. So when x equals to 1 over 2, so we are going to start substitute here. So it will be 1 plus a is 2 and x is 1 over 4. Power to n is 1 over 2. So it is equals to the expansion 1 plus x is 1 over 4. And then negative 1 over 2x squared, x squared is 1 over 4x squared plus p. What we find the p just now is 1 over 2, x is 1 over 4 cubed. So we can use back our expansion. Substitute x here, which is 1 over 4. Substitute a, that is our answer 2, and power 1 over 2. So continue for the right hand side. So after that, after we substitute for the left hand side here, we try to simplify until we reach this stage of the answer. For this part, normally we'll give in decimal, but for this question, they ask us to give in fraction. So we will try to give in fraction. So for this, when it power 1 over 2, means it is a square root. When it power 1 over 2 is a square root. This is 1 plus 1 over 2, which is 3 over 2. Directly we can get the answer already. And when we add up this fraction, it is actually approximate to 157 over 128. So this is how we manage to prove the things. So what is the important concept here? Where we have to know our p is a coefficient of the x cubed. From here, we substitute the value that we already know, the concept of a and n, to get our p value. Then, when we're doing substitution, we have to know the concept. It should be substitute left hand side and right hand side. Then left hand side, we have to show it how we get to the question request here, square root 3 over 2. And the answer here is in fraction. So for this question, they request in fraction, so we give in fraction.